Is it true about the smoke? Auschwitz, August 1944. I am sitting on top of the brick structure at Mommy's head. A steady stream of rain pours on her head from a leak in the roof directly above, and I keep wiping the rainwater off all night long. It's very cold in the cell block. I am wet and chilled to the bone, and very hungry. Because of the accident, I did not receive my bowl of food in the evening. Mommy must be cold too. Her feet feel like ice, but I have nothing to cover her with. I can rub her legs with my hands to warm them. I rub Mommy's legs and wipe the rainwater off her face in turns. From time to time, I bend over her mouth and touch her lips with my cheek. She's breathing. Thank God. At dawn, I can see that Mommy's eyes are partially open. At times, they flutter wide open and stay open for several seconds. Please, please, let her live. I implore you. Let her live. If she will not, I will die too. I cannot go on without her. I must leave Mommy and line up for Zalapel. The Blockall test informs me that Mommy cannot stay in the cell block. I must remove her to the Revier. The Revier is the infirmary. Here, the sick and the invalid are held for up to a month. Once every month there is a selection at the Revier, and those who have not recovered are removed. Mrs. Grunwald and Yitu Singer, our rabbi's daughter from Samoria, helped me carry Mommy to the Revier on a stretcher. I'm not permitted to visit Mommy at the infirmary, but Juliska, our doctor from home, brings me daily reports about her condition. But that is only in the evening, and I'm anxious about Mommy all day. Every morning after Zalapel, I sneak to the end of the row of cell blocks to the last one, which holds the infirmary, and hang around there. Whenever one of the staff comes out, I inquire about Mommy. Some stop and respond, and others just glare and say nothing. I then rap lightly on the wooden wall and call Mommy's name in hopes of finding her. Once a patient answers and says that Mommy's bed is further on and that Mommy is alive. Thank God. Soon I find the exact spot where Mommy's bed is standing. Rapping on the wall and repeatedly calling to her, I hope to raise Mommy from her stupor and stimulate her to speak. All of a sudden, I notice a loose knot in the wooden wall. As I am poking it, the knot gives way and falls in. I peek inside and can see the top of Mommy's head quite nearby. "Mommy!" I call in ecstasy. "Mommy, I can see your head!" Mommy answers. Her voice is tired but distinct. Her words, slow, halting, form a question. "Elikem, my little Ellie, how are you?" I cannot answer. Tears choke me. This is Mommy as I know her. She has recovered her speech. She has recovered her old self. Daily I linger near the infirmary, waiting for the right moment to sneak to the knothole and speak to Mommy. One morning she tells me she can lift her head. The next day Mommy can lift her right arm. Then she begins to sit up in bed. And then she starts to complain of hunger. Thank you, my God. Mommy is getting better. Mommy's going to make it. Most of the time I have to hide behind the Revier so as not to be discovered by the SS. Sometimes I can speak only a few words to Mommy. If I notice a guard approaching, I disappear like lightning. But those few words sustain me for the rest of the day. One morning, as I am talking to Mommy through the knothole, an SS guard grabs me by the shoulder and marches me to the command barrack. This is it. This isn't the end. How will I be executed? Will they shoot me? Send me to the gas chamber? I'm not shot. I receive a punishment. I am ordered to kneel on the gravel in front of the command barrack for 24 hours without food or drink. The command barrack is far from the cell blocks, right at the entrance of the camp. The carpet of sharp black grit upon which I have to kneel stretches to the barbed wire fence. I have to kneel facing the fence. Beyond the fence, I can see a road flanked on the far end by barbed wire, and beyond that fence, endless rows of cell blocks identical to the ones in our camp. From the spot where I kneel, I can look down the road in both directions and see infinite rows of cell blocks like ours, covering miles and miles, as far as the eyes can see. The immense proportion of Auschwitz strikes me for the first time. Never before had I had the chance to see this, a world of barracks and barbed wire. The road is busy with constant traffic. Trucks and various military vehicles rush past. Clusters of people keep marching by, men in striped uniform accompanied by SS guards and dogs. Women drawing carts with huge cauldrons, others carrying huge cauldrons on thick wooden bars across their shoulders. Women and men in varying degrees of malnutrition. There are some who can barely walk, and it seems they are going to collapse any moment. Others seem like darkened skeletons, yet they walk upright without faltering. No one looks to the side. Not one of them takes notice of me. They move as if animated by a magnet pulling them into one direction, straight ahead. Suddenly, a marching column appears. Men and women and children. They are marching in rows of 5. Women with hair, wearing colorful clothes, some with hats on. Men and young boys and little children. A little girl is clutching a doll. Their faces are white, without blisters and sores. They walk fast, breathless, afraid. But they walk like people, nervous and alert. They are not robots animated by an unseen external force. They are people moved by a force within. They must have just arrived in Auschwitz. From the outside, they still wear the expression of the free. They have not yet acquired the posture of the inmate. How different they are. Some people glance at the barbed wire in my direction. Several women look at me curiously. A young woman even smiles at me. I take a rash chance and call out to her in German, "Where are you from?" "From Lodz." "Did you say Lodz?" "Yes, the Lodz ghetto." "You came now from Lodz?" "Yes, we've just arrived." Her last words reach me from a distance. She is marching on with the transport at a fast pace. A little boy has just dropped his clown. As he is about to pick it up, a motorcycle approaches. An older boy who holds the little boy's other hand gives him a tug, and the little boy marches on without his clown. The clown, dirty yellow, remains at the roadside. The columns march on, row after row after row. Then they are gone. All's quiet, and the dust settles. Then traffic resumes, but the clown lies still in the sunshine. My dear God, the little children, the little girl with the doll, the little boy without his clown, and all the others, the little children of our transport 3 months ago, a lifetime ago. Where are they all? Where did they march? Where are these men, women, and children marching? From where I kneel, I can see the smoke, not too far away. I have seen it all morning. I have smelled it all night. Dear God, have mercy. The older inmates have told us that our camp was adjacent to the crematorium, and the smoke smarting our eyes, our throats, our lungs, is the smoke of burning bodies. Is it true, dear God? Is it true that the little children are trampled underfoot in the gas chamber? Is it true that the stronger adults struggle like wild animals to reach pockets of air high up and trample the weaker ones and the little children? They told us over and over again. So we should stop screaming when we heard it. So we should believe it. I'm getting dizzy from the heat. The sun is high and strikes my bare scalp with relentless fury. I am very thirsty. The sun's glare is blinding. My throat is dry. The sun. I can't bear the sun. My dear God, have mercy.